Hello, and welcome to another episode of Joshrardo. His name is Josh. That's not important, though. My name is Gerardo Alarcon, and how are you doing today, Josh?
I'm good, dude. I got the ghost shirt out today. I haven't worn this shirt since you said you saw me as an apparition downstairs, dude.
I know, and I got scared. I don't know why you chose to do that today, dude.
I don't either, dude. It's probably a bad move. I might die.
Don't say that shit, dog.
You said it.
I get scared when I see that shit, when I saw that shit and I got scared.
Yeah, dude. I'm scared a little bit right now, but I figured it'd keep me on my toes.
We have a lot of water around electrical equipment. And you got a big old board in front of you. I'm afraid you're gonna fucking zap yourself, homie.
Hey, dude.
Hey, dude, what, dude?
Hey, dude. Fuck it, you know?
And we got a guest today, dude.
Oh, shit. We got a pretty fucking great guest today, dude.
And maybe he's a amateur ghost hunter?
I don't know.
No? I should have asked about his credits before.
Yeah.
I feel like all Hispanics are amateur ghost hunters.
I feel like that's true.
That's 100% true, bro.
Hey, Bibora or no Bibora? Huh?
Yeah.
He is, one of the credits he has is he's a big get for us, dude. He's a pretty big get for us, dude. I'm sorry if I'm as red as Josh in this episode, dude. I'm nervous.
Yeah, I just stay red all the time.
Yeah.
And he's just
fat. Well, I knew you were going to say fat.
You said it, though. But
anyways, he's a roast battle champion, right? Mm-hmm. I'm not wrong when I say that?
No.
You're not wrong when you say that.
He is a Comedy Store regular.
You're not wrong when you say that.
Yeah. Okay, cool. You say something.
You got to be more confident when you say this shit, bro. I'm looking at you like, I thought he was, but maybe he wasn't. Dude.
Yeah, shit, they got me questioning. I was like, man, I did everything too. I was like, man, I don't know, maybe
I'm looked at you right now like, damn, maybe it's all fake, dude. Maybe it's real.
Take it over, dude.
Oh, damn. No. I mean, you know him because I believe a story you shared with me was that.
Yeah. He gave me a shot at the Comedy Store and I failed. Frank Castillo.
Before we get into that amazing story, let's talk about how weak of a clap that was when you came in.
Oh, it was so great, bro.
It was so dope, dude. In the moment too, because it was like we showed up, we got everything set up, it was great, and then you were just like, all right, we're gonna clap. You told me, I was like, all right, dude, let's go, and then it was just like.
All professional. Hey, bro, we're gonna clap.
Yeah. By the way, we like all locked eyes, but then the second we were just like,
dude, I'm probably gonna pass out in the middle of this episode. It's heading towards that right now, dude.
At least you remember to press record this time.
Yeah.
Oh no! Did you forget one?
We had Steve Hernandez on the podcast, and like it was.
Well, maybe that's not too bad.
I mean, hey, dude, we didn't lose anything. You know what I mean?
The second take was better.
Some people need a take two. You know what I mean?
Yeah, dude. That fool's old. He didn't even remember that we fucked up the first one.
I'm surprised he knew what any of this did, to be honest. Yeah.
How you doing, Frank? What's up, dude?
Good, man. Good. So great. So great to be here. So fucking stoked. I love this show. So it was cool just to be hanging out with the fattest guy I've ever seen. Lonely guy. Yes. Which is crazy that you're lonely because he's fat enough to where you just like his presence is just, you feel like you have someone with you all the time.
But it's not the kind of company you want to keep. You know what I'm saying? Like I'd rather be alone than be, anywhere near dead.
Anyway, so you're doing great around a large presence. Bro, I was gonna say that you carry a big shadow, but I guess it's me, dude.
Oh, we didn't even want to talk about what happened before we hit record. Dude, Frank was going through a little bit of a crisis.
Yeah, absolutely.
Going through a little bit of a neck crisis.
Yeah. I don't know why I'm talking shit, bro. Fucking, I was looking at the screen. I was like, oh no. I'm actually a white guy this whole time. I've just been
legit. My dumb ass was like, bro, you wear your shirts that high up? Your shirts are just like, that's a low cut shirt.
I'm just really bad at putting suntan lotion on.
I mean, me too, bro.
Did you go to the beach recently?
No, I just walked outside.
Oh shit! Damn, are you half white like this?
No, I'm full Mexican, bro. Are you half white?
I'm half white, half Mexican.
Okay, well, gotta go.
Hey, which side is showing, fool?
Yeah. Fucking tax collector over here. Holy shit!
Can't do anything about it, bro. You already know I'm Miklo now. Come on,
dude. Did you get called Miklo a lot growing up?
I call myself Miklo. to endear myself to the Mexican side of my family that doesn't believe I'm Mexican, you know?
Oh, see, you can't call yourself Miklo. It's earned. You know what I mean? Yeah.
You're right.
I used to call myself Scooby, but nobody called me that, so I had to stop.
Yeah, 100%. There's a Miklo in every family, and it's earned.
But I feel like I willed it into existence, you know?
What'd you do to earn the Miklo?
He bombed with a joke 30 times.
I bombed with that specific joke 30 times.
Everyone's like, we all saw American Me. We didn't watch.
Well, I don't have 3 hours to watch that movie. Great movie. Could have been longer. You know how I feel about that.
Oh my God.
He's going to start running the bit, dude.
Run the bit.
I haven't done stand-up in a long time, dude.
I can tell.
I'm itching right now, dude. Anyway, dude, I want to hear more about that embarrassing story about you fucking bombing, dude.
I don't know.
Yeah, how do you remember it? Because I
remember you had an iconic line at the end that kind of hurt my feelings. Not really.
Not really, but I
By
guess
the
you
way,
said,
I love hearing stories about me because I'm usually super stoned when they happen. So hearing them again, I'm like, oh yeah, that sounds like me, because they're always like super nice, and then there's always just a very frank moment. But go ahead.
Yeah, so I went to the open mic at the Comedy Store in the Belly Room.
Yeah, you had a great
Sunday
set.
night. Yeah,
you had a solid set.
and it was just you and like 2 other people that weren't really paying attention, but you were laughing hard.
Yeah, enough for me to come up to you and be like, you should come back on Monday.
Yeah. Fast forward.
I know the ending to the story, so I'm loving it.
And also, I wasn't sober at the time. Let's just say that, fool. And so I got stoned as fuck, which was probably not a good idea for me.
Yeah.
It was a great idea for Frank. I mean,
It really works for Frank.
It, fool.
Really
Sometimes.
works.
Yeah, I bet 400. Yeah,
That's pretty good. Right?
yeah, I don't know baseball, so
Neither
it's
do
just
I blindly agreed with you. I was like, you look like you know baseball. That's a very baseball outfit you got on right now.
Anyway, so I did the Monday. I was third in line, and then the second person didn't show up, and the diva within me allowed that to get to my head. And so I went on stage,
That's so funny.
and I was like, I'm still gonna do great. And I went on stage, and I fucking, spoiler alert, I bombed.
Yeah.
And Frank came back on stage and was like, "That's what I love, folks. He gave you his best, and you gave him nothing."
That's a great line, though. That's a great
because also
line.
like I do remember you going up and like trying, and that was also the other thing too, because like sometimes the crowd's just fucking weird.
Yeah.
Was it a full crowd? I don't think it was.
No,
right?
it was I was not used. I've obviously never done the fucking original room at the Comedy Store, and people were walking in as I was on stage. And
Yes.
I never have done that anywhere.
Exactly. That's
Right.
also like doing the open mic at the store. It's not like any other regular open mic, because you're also like the talent coordinator's watching you, and then there's all the door guys that fucking are waiting to go up in an hour, and then you also have to deal with the crowd that's already sitting and engaged, and then more new people coming in.
Right.
So it really takes you out of your comfort zone, especially when you got to be like, you got to like address it. Man, I love watching that open mic. It is my favorite. I remember. So you guys remember what was that? I'm Dying Up Here. Remember when that was starting to be a show? So Clark Duncan was on it, right? He would come and watch the open mic preparing for the role.
Right.
So there was like a potluck where it was him and his friend, and they were the only people in the audience for at least 5 to 6 open mic comics. And they stayed the whole show. But it was one of those things like, comic went up, they did all right. Comic went up, they bombed. Comic went up, and then a comic's going up, and he's just going, and then he realizes it's Clark Duke Duncan in the middle of it, and then loses his goddamn shit on stage. It is hysterical. He was just like, it was like, oh my god, you're Clark Duke Duncan. Oh, holy shit. So you like watching stand up? And like he just starts giving him a Q&A, and it was like horrendous. Dude, it was so great. I like watching people fail.
I mean, dude, come on. Mics are so fun for that, though. You see some wild shit at
What's the craziest thing you saw at a mic?
Oh, I was talking about it recently, dude, at the Chatterbox. I saw this old white lady who said she was a DJ. But she was like an old-ass white lady. She started saying the F word for gay people, dude, but in rapid succession, dude. Like, not even, it wasn't
Like,
even,
like good at, she had a good flow though.
I mean, it's a tongue twister.
Was
I'll
it a
tell you
hard
that.
T?
Oh yeah, man. To the point where like she was just saying it for no reason. She sprinkled in an N-word here and there, you know. And I went up to go take the mic out of her hand, like not aggressively, but I was like, "Yo, come on," you know. I tried to like light her. She's not fucking doing anything. So I go up and I'm just like, you know, politely like, "Yo, come on, give me the mic." And as I'm taking the mic out of her hand, she's just saying like, "F-word for gay people, F-word for gay people, F-word for gay people." Screaming it, and I was like, "Whoa, dude."
It would actually be great if she was just like, no, the F word is for gay people. and that was like her thing.
The thing is, she was actually saying F word for gay people the whole time. No, she was definitely not saying that.
No,
it was aggressive. I don't even feel like that's the craziest thing. That's just one of the more recent things.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you remember in Norco at the Maverick Saloon, we had a wild night where we just basically did our time early and then decided to chill for whatever reason outside of this fucking white supremacist town, Mike. You know?
This town is nuts.
So it turned into the green room real fast.
Bro, I mean, finish the story, dude.
So get this, dude. He, like I already introduced a character. I need to fucking drink some more water, dude. No, this lady was outside, right, in her car, living in it, and she asked for somebody to give her a ride, and she started just spewing lies, dude. Just like, yeah, my boyfriend left me right now. I'm about to go back to the house or whatever. And then she's like, if you guys can just give me an Uber. We were with this one white guy, new comic.
Right.
And he was like, I got you an Uber.
Bro, yeah, so gullible. I don't even think he had been maybe in California that
First
long.
road trip? Yeah, it looks like it.
And he was willing to spend like $40-something on this girl's
Also,
Uber.
really nice guy, though.
Super
before this
nice
Uber
guy.
ride. Yeah.
Super nice guy.
That doesn't always service you, though.
No.
Yeah.
You can't be nice in comedy.
No, dude.
You got to be careful.
Yeah, bro.
You got to be on your P's and Q's, as they say.
Absolutely.
And he was on his Uber app getting this lady an Uber. And so when she got the Uber ride, she pulled out so many bags from the car. And I was like, that's not somebody that has other places to put bags.
Right.
You know, she's got all of her stuff with her right now.
Yeah.
And so she wanted to get an Uber to Lake Elsinore, which is far as fuck.
Oh, yeah, I know where that is. Where? Oh, Jesus Christ.
Oh, we were in fucking who knows where. We were in fucking
Norco. Yeah, I know where. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyways.
Bad area.
Oh, terrible area.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Dog shit.
Oh, yeah, my uncle listens to this. Norco's great, dude.
Oh, yeah, his uncle lives in Norco for
Does he
real.
live in Norco?
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
Literally right next to the Mavericks. And then
He was like, Susan's a good lady. Fucking stop talking shit about her.
And then so the Uber comes, right? Long story short, the Uber comes. A drunk couple tries to take the Uber. The white guy's trying to handle all this shit. He's obviously getting a headache in the process. And then we see this other white lady walking away. And we didn't think
Drunk,
much of
fucked
that.
up,
Drunk
yeah.
as fuck, walking away. And then later we're just laughing. We're like, that was fucking crazy. The Uber got confused. They left already. This like frantic couple comes out of the saloon and comes up to us. Did you see a white lady? And I was like, did she have bedazzled jeans and a fat ass? I'm just kidding.
I mean, yeah. Did she have like cutie or juicy on her ass?
Yeah. I asked him though, did she have bedazzled jeans? She's like, yes, she did. I was like, oh yeah, she fucking booked it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then long story short, again, we go to the gas station.
Yeah, maybe
later.
don't say that twice.
Yeah. We go to the gas station and we see that lady in the gas station. Because we were telling somebody else this story. We're just like, what the fuck, right?
Yeah, it was a movie moment where we're like, yeah, dude, it was crazy. That girl was wild. She had bedazzled jeans. She had yada, yada, yada. And we're
She
looking,
just fucking shows
and she's
up.
right there. Like we spoke her into existence in that store, dude.
And so we're fucked in the mind now.
Yeah.
And so we're just like, fuck it, we should tell somebody else. We tell the gas station clerk. And that guy's just like way too serious. And he's like, don't talk to that lady. She's bad business.
Yeah.
And we're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, she's
We're
done
just-
this multiple times.
Yeah.
She's had to have done this multiple
Oh,
times.
absolutely.
Yeah, but it's just like, it's because they're at these weird bars, you know what I mean? And so there's all these shady ass people. It's just a formula for fucking chaos.
I wonder how many times you've ever just been, like, how many times people have been at bars and just accidentally picked up the homeless chick?
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
You know what I mean? Because when you're in your bar, you're pretty fucked up, and there's some trashy ass people
I know
that go
some
to
people
bars.
who maybe purposely did it. I know some comics who will. That's a good night for them. You know what I mean? That's a
Yeah.
great night. Dude.
This is that comic that's bragging about, like, you see that homeless chick? I fucked her. Yeah,
I
bro.
fucked her.
Yeah. fucked her so good she gave me the money she made that day.
Fucked her so good she's moving into my car, dude. That's how fucking
Fucked her so good she gave me all the bags that she had collected.
Dude, yeah, I know some people who would wear it as a badge of honor.
It's like you get into their car. It's like, why do you have so many cans back here? It's like, oh, fucked a few homeless chicks last night.
Yeah, my girlfriend's moving in right now.
Those are valuables. Oh, fuck. I couldn't add to that. You guys are pretty good.
dude, it's real easy. You just got to talk shit about people that are, you know,
in a worse position than you are.
yeah, you know, socioeconomically.
Yeah. Just punch down is the rule of thumb.
I think I was more worried about like meeting a homeless lady that happened to have a shower that day that I liked or something.
Yeah, imagine catching like a homeless chick on a good day and you're just like, oh my God, this is the woman of my dreams.
On a good day,
You're like, I'm going to change everything. You bring your dog and your fucking cat and the TV that you have sitting there. Let's put it in my house.
bro, you could get bamboozled like that, and I'm here for it, dude.
You know what I love about Frank, dude? I feel like he's game for the fucking past beefs that you try to shoot down before. And I'm willing to put myself on the line right now.
Okay, go.
A past beef of mine, Frank, was homeless people with tattoos.
See?
Wait. You don't like that they have tattoos?
Get a house first.
No,
That's his beef.
it's not like homeless people are like, I'm homeless, I should get a tattoo.
It's like the order of becoming homeless to them is like they were born homeless.
It's not like someone's like, oh, I gotta save up this money. I really want a fucking flower on my arm.
When I set you up like that, Frank, you have to be having my fucking back, dude. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, dude, I like that you think there's some fucking Skid Row tattoo shop where everybody's just getting fucking sleeves, bro.
Yeah, that some dude's getting sleeved up if someone gives him some meth. Actually, that sounds pretty.
Sounds like that might be a thing.
Yeah.
Okay, if you're homeless, don't get tattoos. How about that?
Okay, sure.
Yeah, don't get any new tattoos.
get new ones.
Yeah, don't get new tattoos.
But also
yeah.
keep the ones you have.
Keep the You're gonna get rid. It's more fucked up if you got rid of tattoos after you're homeless.
Dude, that's more expensive. I think.
Oh yeah, you're right.
Yeah. I don't like how you think sometimes, dude. I don't like
I went on a limb. Hey, I took a risk.
Yeah. But fortune favors the bold, dude. But not you.
Tattoos goes on limbs.
He just got his first tattoo recently.
Really?
Oh
too.
yeah, look at what's on the wall. It's a scorpion.
Don't laugh, Frank. Frank, don't laugh.
It kills every time.
Frank, don't laugh.
Bro, you've got like perfect older Mexican uncle fucking humor. Like you for real
dude.
got like
He's everybody's Mexican uncle.
You look like Felipe Esparza if you just started running a lot more.
Bro,
You
who said that about you recently too? Was it? I forgot who, but they said you remind me of my Mexican uncle.
Oh, I don't know, dude.
Listen, I've taken a lot of gender studies classes.
That's hilarious, dude. Shout out Louis Lemes. Louis Lemes, most viewed episode of this podcast.
Really?
Oh, yeah,
it's
yeah,
a good
yeah,
one. It's that
yeah.
mustache.
Yeah, dude.
I mean, I think the TikTok
I
fucking
think
community
it's the
liked
TikTok,
it.
dude.
Oh, the TikTok's really, people are blowing up. Dude, I love TikTok. It is,
too.
I mean, it is like, I don't post or anything on it, but it is everything to me. Like that is like, I fucking, cause there's so many different kinds of TikToks. There's disabled TikToks, bro. There's MILF,
my God.
there's MILF
I like
TikToks.
you open with the disabled.
Dude,
you know?
disabled TikTok is my favorite TikTok.
I got a few disabled accounts I follow.
Bro,
you know?
deaf TikTok, Tourette's TikTok, I'm there for it, bro. Oh my God.
Oh, dude, Tourette's TikTok is a thing.
Dude,
I don't
Tourette's
think I've seen
TikTok
that one.
is the best thing. It's like 3 girls just fucking trying to play Jenga, and then one of them just smacks it, and I'm like, I love this.
That sounds amazing. I have seen some disabled ones, but they're cute though.
What?
They're really
Yeah, man,
cute.
disabled women can be cute.
No, they're disabled. I mean, obviously, blow the whistle for that.
You ever seen a hot chick? You never seen a hot chick who can't walk in a wheelchair, bro? They're fine
Dude, I believe it.
and catchable.
Yeah, you can catch him. You can catch him. Dude, that's pretty good.
Jesus Christ.
No, dude, there's this guy.
No, he can't catch
No,
him.
he can't. If they're going downhill, you're fucked.
Yeah,
If they're
he'd have
covered in
to.
mayonnaise, then maybe.
He'd have to roll downhill, and he'd be fucking right on him.
Yeah, dude, you might win. You might win that race. No, dude, there's this guy who has his younger brother's disabled. Cute. They're so cute, dude. They're just an adorable Mexican family, you know.
Yeah.
I think you might have seen him, dude. We share TikToks back
Yeah.
and forth.
Oh, bro, yeah.
We're talk bros.
Yeah.
I love autistic TikToks, like my favorite. It's just it's so fucking wholesome. It's absolutely amazing. I can't. You're waiting for it. It's not gonna happen.
I'm waiting
It's
for
not. It's fucking great. What else, dude? There's MILF TikTok's great.
MILF TikTok's crazy.
MILF Talk.
Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
MILF
What?
TikTok. Yeah, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Moms love TikTok.
Oh,
and you know,
right.
hot
Yeah.
moms also love TikTok.
Yeah.
Somebody better come get their moms, dog.
Bro, these moms are out here wilding, you know?
Doing
Yeah.
the WAP dance.
Oh.
yeah.
WAP
I've seen a
dance.
lot of moms doing the WAP dance.
It's the wope dance. It's wet ass older.
Wet old pussy.
It's a wet
I can't even say it.
Yeah, dude. What's your favorite genre of TikTok?
Okay,
dude?
but he brought up Tourette's TikTok, right?
Yeah.
And I saw that. I watched this TikTok maybe 10 times, dude.
Yeah.
It's a dude with Tourette's standing in a shower holding a bar of soap. That's all it is.
Oh, okay.
But he can't like not throw it. So, like, he has Tourette's, so it's like a minute of him just going fuck shit. And then he's like, I'm now feeling like this and the fuck, and he's trying to like narrate it the whole time.
Oh God, I love it,
Dude, it's crazy.
Some of the funniest TikToks you can't explain, dude, because they're just magical.
Man, there's a great TikTok of a dude pulling a prank on his coworker because it's like he was like, there's an old prank where it's like you have a Snickers bar, you make it look like a piece of shit, and then like he's like, well, I have a piece of shit, and I'm gonna tell him it's a Snickers bar. So he walks up to him and he goes, hey, bro, he's like, look, you want to try a piece of this shit? And he's like, that's not a piece of shit. And he grabs it and he eats it and he goes, oh, and just starts puking. And he's just like, that is shit. And it was like amazing.
Oh, I love TikTok, dude.
Yeah. I tried to pitch a TikTok show to like a place and I had that video on the top and I was like, best video ever. And when I went in the meeting, they were like, why is the first video of a dude eating shit? And I was like, because it's TikTok.
Well, you guys don't get it.
You don't get it, bro.
Yeah, he hooked me to TikTok.
You know what? Yeah, it took me a while. And now I'm like, it's the greatest thing in the world.
It's the only social media platform that makes me happy when I go on it.
Oh, dude, it's great.
Everything else is such a bummer.
Oh, absolutely.
You go on TikTok and it's just laughs.
Yeah, bro. Dude, there's women making so much money off of TikTok right now. Because they're the TikTok OnlyFans, hand to hand, bro. There's a girl. I mean, I don't know if you know this. This is like my favorite story to tell.
Probably.
So there was a famous TikTok chick who, when she was not legal, she was under 18. She went very viral doing different like dances and stuff.
Okay.
The second she turned 18, she did all those things that she did viral naked, and then funneled it to her OnlyFans.
Crazy.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
dude.
man.
Do you know the name of this?
I can't remember.
Why are you in
I can't remember. When you said yeah, she was doing all this stuff underage. At first I said like, oh, I probably know. and then you revealed that information, and I was like, I don't know. I don't know. Never heard of it.
Yeah. But no, I read about it online. I was like, damn, there's a chick who's pretending to be a dog, and she made so much money she quit her regular day job, and now she just on her OnlyFans, she just pretends to be a dog, and people like pay for it.
What the fuck is happening with the world, dude?
It's hilarious though, because the whole
it.
kink community is like keep kink in the bedroom and like freaking out. This bitch made like 6 figures in like 2 months.
Well, yeah, dude. I mean, there was that girl who was selling her spit in jars and shit like that before.
Bella Delphine?
Yeah.
Bella, what? You know all these people?
Yeah, bro. Listen,
mean,
I'm
dude.
addicted to just trash shit. I love it, bro.
A lot of free time in pandemics. Dude.
I mean, yeah, bro.
But this was maybe before.
Yeah. I'm fascinated with random ass weird ass shit
too,
like
though.
that.
Yeah.
It's insane.
Me too, though. Anyway, dude, we keep our intros at 22 minutes long.
We're fucking rolling right now, dude. And I'll tell you what, I got a little peek at, hey, Josh, I got a little peek at our guest beef today, dude.
Oh, shit.
And it's something that both of us feel.
Really?
Fucking 100%.
Oh, I
dude.
love it.
Okay. All right. Well, we're all about fucking beef here,
Yeah,
dude.
dude, we're the beef cast. And people try to take that title from us, but guess what? Go fuck yourselves.
I always think it's going to be insightful every time he starts.
Yeah, no, it's not.
Never is.
I'm a blunt guy, dude.
Yeah,
I'm
you-
sober though, but I'm blunt.
Anyway, Frank.
So the beef floor is now yours.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate pay to play mics. It's
Yes.
like I fucking hate it so much because
yeah.
it's like I've been here in Los Angeles for a long time, and I've been a part of a lot of like shows that have just started from the ground up. Even before I was doing roast battle, I was in like Temecula, and they were doing like improv shows at the side of a bar, fucking room. You know what I mean? So. I know what it's like to create a scene in a community, like Chatterbox. Beautiful show.
Oh, yeah.
That's a great way to do it. You know what I mean? Like fucking Marcella's all-women show.
Yeah.
Beautiful. You know what I mean? Like there's definitely ways to like do shows that are like for the community and give back. And then there's just way to, capitalize on comics and the fact that you need money.
Yeah.
Which is such a weird group of people to try to rob. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, it's also the easiest group. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like we all hate bringer shows, so it's like how are pay to play mics any different? You know what I mean?
Yep.
They're bringer open mics pretty much.
100%.
Yeah.
I just think it doesn't breed a good kind of comic. I think it breeds a very... I think it creates bad habits and it breeds bad comics, especially if you're just starting out. I think if you've like a little more established, like if you're me and it's like, oh, that sounds like this douchiest thing I've ever said. But like if you're just like not a younger comic who's just starting and you're like, I have money, I can afford to go do that. It's a totally separate, totally separate argument we're having. You know what I mean? Because sometimes you're just like, I don't want to go wait at a mic. But even then, there's certain mics you can just walk in and they'll toss you up because you've earned that respect, you know?
Yeah.
I just think pay-to-play mics are just absolutely horrible.
What bugs me about pay-to-play mics, you're paying $5 to do 5 minutes, and you can't leave the room.
Yeah.
That's fucking
That's
crazy.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's absolutely insane to me that anyone would agree to that.
Yeah.
And also, it's like working at the store and seeing the open mic. I would see the comics that champion that are like, though, like they only go to that room or of those mics.
Yeah.
And I watch them just eat dicks and just bomb. And I watch them not get any development spots, and then they're just like, but I paid $300-$400 this month to get better at comedy. I don't understand.
Also, because your audience the audience is paying too. You know what I mean? So you're not going up in front of people who are genuinely there or not there because they want to be. They're paying and they're forced to stay in that room.
Yeah.
So that's not going to foster anything.
No. And also, I just feel like if you're an established comic or if you're just a comic and you and then like later on someone's like hitting you up to be like, hey, you know, you got $75 on the book today. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I kind of need you to, it's like, what the fuck?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
So it's also like, you know, I understand creating a space, especially for women to perform. Cause listen, women.
Oh yeah.
Bro, these open mics, you shouldn't go to these open mics. They're
dude.
fucking
Dangerous,
dog
dude.
shit. And so anytime a woman's like, I can't go to these mics, it's like 100% I agree.
Yeah.
So if like you're creating a space for you and your ladies, do that 100%. I support that, you know, but it's like, it's different. It's like, I'm gonna create a space for my friends and my women. But also I still need you guys all to charge me I still need $5 from everybody.
Yeah, dude. You think they're making a shitload of money?
We can actually do the math. Do you have a calculator? Cause I actually wanted to do this on a podcast.
I got a calculator right here.
So let's, I don't know, just randomly for fuck's sake, we'll say it's, I don't know, Bert's back room. We'll just
Off the top of your
off
head.
the top of my head. We'll just say Bert's back room. So how many shows would you say?
Well, 7 days a week, right?
7 days a week. It starts at 4 p.m.
And then they do 3
Till 10 p.m., right?
4 p.m. to 10. We'll do one room at first. 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's
Okay.
how many spots?
7.
Seven spots.
Yeah.
Right. And then $5 each. Right. So do the math on that for me.
7 times 5 times. Wait. 7.
Maybe you should do the math on this.
I'm deceptively also bad at math.
Listen, hold on. It's really hard to prove my point and make an argument.
when we're your team of defenders.
Yeah. This is, maybe I should change my beef because I feel like this just like ruined my career.
Everybody's like, I think pay-to-play mics are pretty cool.
That's the future of comedy, dude. Oh no! So how many spots are in an hour?
So I think it was what, $5 for 5 minutes?
Yes,
$5 for 5 minutes, but how many?
But you could also do $10 for 10 minutes, right? Was
You
that?
you can, but how many people are they allowing per?
Is it 10 people per hour?
Let's say 10 people
Okay.
per hour,
Okay.
and we'll
10
say
times 7 times 5 is 350
so that's $350 a day.
a day.
A day.
day.
All
So
right, cool.
times 7
Times 7.
So that's
$2,450.
25 almost a week.
Perfect. Now do rent on Sunset is wait, hold on. So times 4,
Times 4 is $9,800.
$9,800.
Yeah.
So $9,800. Cool. Now times 12.
Times 12,
That's a year.
$117,600.
$117,000
Wow.
a year off of one room. So let's all right. So let's minus the rent, which is probably like $2,000 maybe, but that's also like Bert's back room was a room that was rented outside of an actor's studio, right?
Yeah.
So the rent's not that crazy.
Yeah.
Now she also opened up another room, so that's 2 rooms, right?
dude.
So let's double that.
We'll double that.
Double.
Times 2.
Jesus Christ.
$235,200.
That is the person that you're giving money to, who also does not live in Los Angeles anymore, moved back home.
What? Do you know this
Holy
person?
shit.
Yeah. We all know this person.
Really?
Yeah, I'm not going to say the name though.
But no, you don't have to. But didn't Johnny Stewart buy Bert's back room?
He did, and everyone
Yeah,
freaked the fuck
dude.
out and gave him a lot of shit. Which, listen, my whole thing is like champion comics that are funny
Yeah.
and doing good stuff. I'm not going to champion Johnny, but he's a nice guy. He's a nice guy with a good heart. He's a nice guy with a good heart.
Is he though?
But that's the funny thing to me is that like, you know, Johnny's got, I'm always like, you know, you always got to watch where you spend your money. So it's like, there's definitely an argument to be made that it's like, you know what, that's fucked up. You know, blah, blah, you could pay, you know, what's wrong with pay-to-play mics? It's like, I'd rather go to a bar, give money to an institution. I'd rather go to the store, give money to that place. Although I understand women not wanting to go to them with mics there because it's fucking, you know, they had Eric Marino screaming for like 2 years straight. I understand. So, but it's like, you know, when the person that's getting all the money is also not the funniest.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like if the person's spending all their time figuring out how to create a revenue stream and not like trying to be a better comic, then it's like, oh, okay, that's just a person that's trying to take advantage of everybody in the scene.
Yeah.
So it's like ultimately I don't think this is a good person for the scene, no matter how much of a nice person they are.
Dude.
Right, which is like I maybe shouldn't say this name,
Yeah.
but I'm going to say it anyway because I feel like it's common knowledge. But the interactions I had with Barbara,
Yeah.
from
Barbara.
Flappers,
100%, same thing.
it's
Same
just
thing.
the same,
100%.
kind of thing.
And that was the thing is when I first came here, I was like, oh, I'm not going to be looked at as just a like. You can't fuck me. You know what I mean?
Right,
Like,
Yeah.
you can't. What is it?
You're not gonna fuck me on this. You know what I mean?
What is the term? Like you can't.
You can't swindle a
You
swindler.
can't play me. Yeah, you can't swindle a swindler.
Can't
You know
play
what I
a
mean?
player.
Can't play a player, dog.
That's a TikTok right there. That's a good one.
But it's like, so you have these institutions where, you know, and it's just like, yeah, that's fine that they're there, but it's, you can't ignore the fact that there's people that are just spending so much money and not getting better at comedy. And then now it's like, you know, when everything comes back, they're just like, no, you know, I spent $600. How am I not funnier? It's like, well, because you didn't actually do the work.
Yeah.
That's true because they're all like you're making them pay, thinking they're going to get something out of it when they're probably getting less out of it.
Yeah.
You're not supporting institutions. For example, like Chatterbox did this thing, whether people like it or don't like it, they tried to implement this women and non-binary system where they would let women and non-binary people sign up first because there were fewer. And it was also to incentivize more of them to feel comfortable coming to a place that would welcome
can
them.
you said them. No, I'm just kidding. But it's they.
We'll cut
Thank
that.
you
We'll
so
cut
much.
that out. We'll cut that out. But yeah, I mean, and you can try different things, and they might not work. But if your heart's in the right place and you're doing what you can do, and at the same time you're going and you're supporting, let's just say the Chatterbox.
Yeah.
That's way better than supporting, like you're saying, this one person.
That's the thing is like, it's like, what are you supporting? Are you supporting an institution or are you supporting your friend?
Yeah.
If you want to pay your friend's rent, that's fine. Pay your friend's rent.
Yeah.
But it's like, you're not getting any better at comedy.
But also, this person, you know, you're a dollar figure to them. You know what I mean? You're nothing else.
100%.
Yeah.
And also, it's very interesting because people forget it's like you got to watch how you carry yourself in the sense that it's like, you know, certain people feel that they get a lot more confidence. I mean, look at me. I'm fucking talking mad shit right now. But also, like, I checked a lot of IDs, and that makes me feel like I know what I'm talking about. You know, I've been at the store, and I've watched people, like, just fucking have be in the back room at the green room. Specifically, I remember I was hosting this show. They were in the back green room of the room when it was like, you know, so there's certain times where it's like, you know, just not to ask or, you know, not to be there. You know what I mean? But then it's like certain people are like, is it cool if I come hang out? And then it's like, well, I'm not going to be a dick and say no. You've cornered me to the point where I can only say yes. So now they're like hanging out in the green room, and it's like, you know, as the host of the show, it's fine that I'm back there, obviously, and I'm talking to all the people that are back there. And this person's back there just living it up, like just drinking, laughing super loud, just really just living it up. And it was so funny because I'm talking to two people, and they're TV executives. Like, they make decisions in TV casting and all like that. They are the people you want to impress.
Sure. Yeah.
And this comic walks in the back, loud, just cackling. And these two TV producers just look in the back and they go, "Oh, she's here."
Oh my God.
And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, she's just like, "Oh, that laugh." And I'm like, "What?" And I was like, "Oh, you guys don't like her?" And they go, "No, she was sitting next to us this whole time. Just we were trying to enjoy the show." And it was just like, and then it was like, yeah, she told us she was a comic and introduced herself. It was just like, and I was like, damn, you didn't even realize that you've just fucked yourself.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, and it was just like, holding yourself in a professional manner.
Sure, yeah.
And it was just, it blew my mind that it was like, I watched someone lose an opportunity that they didn't even know they had.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, man.
When you think about it like that,
dude.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
Was this somebody that, I mean, obviously don't say names or anything, but was this somebody that you knew?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
And you were, maybe, would you consider yourself friends?
No, not at all.
Oh, okay.
Otherwise, I would have said something to them. Yeah. But it's just so funny to see, and you see shit like that all the time where you're like, oh, okay, yeah. It's just, you know, I don't know. It's just fucking ridiculous.
That's wild. Dude, well, we have like a conjoined beef in a sense, but I can imagine it's probably tenfold for you, where we cannot stand newer comics coming to the chatterbox and acting as if they've been there for years.
Yeah.
Well, it's and again, it's like kind of on the edge. It's like teetering on the edge of being a douchebag when you say things like that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's like I hate when people talk to me, but it's not that. You know what I mean?
I think there's a very big difference between coming up to someone and being like, yo, we're having a legit conversation because I really want to get to know you.
Right.
And then being like, I'm talking to you but I'm looking at the spot right behind you because I'm trying to get to that. And it's like working at the store, I experienced that a lot.
Oh, bro.
Because it was like, I'm married, I work hard, all this jazz, blah, blah, blah. And then hosting potluck, I'd have people come up to me and be like, hey, what's up? Yo, that's so cool, Frank, blah, blah. I saw, how's your wife doing? Oh, that's dope. And I'm like, how do you know all these things about me?
Isn't that weird though?
It's like, it's because you know me on Instagram. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
100%. And it's on a smaller level too, but there are similarities where we went to this show and this dude started attacking me.
Oh,
and I
dude.
never met this dude in my life, bro. And he was saying things about me that like he would only know from listening to the podcast or following me on Instagram or maybe seeing me do comedy somewhere. But in the middle of the argument, I was like, dude, I don't know you, dude.
Yeah.
How do you know this stuff about me? I don't think people give a fuck. I don't think people take time out of their day to consume anything. I'm doing it because I like to do it.
Yeah.
And to imagine that this guy had this argument already made.
Yeah, he was like, I'm ready, dog.
Yeah, it was so wild.
And then he threatened to stab me in the parking lot.
Oh yeah, that was real. That was real. And that might have been the craziest thing that happened. Why did we think of that immediately?
He was like, season 2 was way better than season 3.
But yeah,
So
dude.
how'd you know?
I mean, it really was, dude.
Yeah.
But it's obviously like you said, it's people heads on a swivel kind of thing, like that. I mean, obviously, I would only go to the store to just do the mic or go there to see a show,
Yeah.
but just observing. And I'm not gonna say that I especially haven't been there and also felt this like pressure to talk to people.
Yeah.
But there is also this weird vibe where just everybody's just. Their heads are like
Everybody's working.
Who can I talk to?
Yeah.
Who is going to give me more clout than the next person?
Bro. And that's the thing. It's like being like so many times that I've been a door guy. Like I don't work at the store anymore. I'm not a door guy. I ain't going back. But, being there, certain comics, especially if they don't know how it is there, they just assume that you're working the door, that you're just a fucking dude working the door. And then later they realize that you're important, like how you influence the list or whatever the fuck, or you know what I mean? Like you do, like it's better to know the door guys or to get in, whatever, however. And then that shit changes. And then you notice that and you're like, oh bro, I'm not gonna, you used to walk past me when I asked your ID, but now that you know I fucking am hosting this mic, now we're best friends.
But they act like they don't expect you to remember. Or they act like it's,
I'm a huge bitter person suffering from imposter syndrome. You don't think I fucking remember that
you
shit?
don't think I wrote this shit down up here,
bro.
dude?
Yeah, I got a list, and it's mostly white women. No, I'm just kidding.
This brings us to our let's go through the list segment.
Yeah,
of the
bro.
podcast.
It's not like being on a diversity showcase, and then you're just like, wait, what's her diversity? And they're like, oh, she's deaf. And you're like, was she born deaf? And they're just like, no. She became deaf. And you're just like, I was born Mexican.
I think you're narrowing it down a little bit. I think you're really narrowing it
Not a
down.
lot of deaf comics out here, dude.
People at home do the math. But yeah, dude. I mean, I get it. Like I said, on a different level, but I get that. And our conjoined beef was what you were saying, which was.
What we always say first year comics as shorthand like dialogue with each other.
Yeah.
But like he's a fucking first year comic, dude. Like he just won't shut the fuck up.
Yeah. And you know what? That's just, and I 100% get that. I get that more than I actually can forgive that a little bit more than the person who's like, fucking, I've been doing it for fucking like 3 years. That unearned confidence. It's like, yo, bro, fucking just humble yourself, please.
Yeah, well,
You know what I mean?
we similarly had a friend that would go to this mic all the time, and he started to obviously get better at comedy over the years, and he was doing really well, especially at this one spot. And towards right before quarantine, dude, he just had this attitude, bro.
He would slam the door. He would slam the door and be like, fuck.
Like a diva, bro. Like, cause he was getting funny and he was doing well, but also it was like really going to his head, I guess.
It really shows fame affects people. It either affects them really well or it affects them really bad. I am so fucking lucky. I'm gonna name drop right now.
Yeah,
Oh,
dropping
shit.
names.
Dropping names.
I got to go to Japan and I was doing stand up out there. I ran into Neil Brennan.
Okay.
And he was just there on vacation. Then he was like, "Think we can do a show?" And then we did a pop up show and I got to open for him. It was fucking dope.
That's dope.
But the whole time we were there, we were walking, we were just talking about how fame and being rich is not the healthiest thing to happen to people. Yeah. And you'll see, like, when people get money, that really changes them. You know what I mean? So it's like when you see your friends start to pop and then they're just like a dick now, and you're just like, oh, what the fuck? That's crazy. And I've seen a lot of people do that, where a lot of they just change as a person because they just become more confident. Like, I think when I became more confident, it was definitely more like I was more opinionated, and I spoke out a lot more than I usually. Because a lot of the times I would just be like, nah, I'm just gonna keep it to myself.
But I feel like that's what makes you, I don't know, work harder, or you have to earn that kind of confidence, I guess, in a way. Yeah. Instead of just, because there's people who walk around with this undeserved confidence.
Yeah, like you got $225,000 from a bunch of comics walking around.
They're watching this right now. Just like,
they're like it's stewing.
Putting my fucking dollar amount out there. It's not. It's more than that, fool.
Yeah. Little do you know, we've put a picture up the whole time of the person. No, but it's dude, it's wild, man. And I think to like put a bow on it, I guess it's not so much that it's like not a rude thing. It's just like I
like to be by myself at open mics. I mean,
I kind of do too.
I like to hang out with people. It's hard to, but I fully understand the new person who just moved here and is like, I need to make friends. You know what I mean? And sometimes at the store, and I'll see that, and I'll go, and that's the thing is because I also remember what it was like when it's like there's no validation in this, and when it finally comes from people that you look up to, that means the fucking world.
Absolutely. I remember being outside of Melody Lounge a long time ago, dude, and feeling so just like I would go by myself and just feel like fucking scared's not really the right word, but sort of just like
out of place,
you know. And then a lot of the people that would go to Melody all the time, slowly over the years, starting to at least be able to feel comfortable having conversations and being acknowledged by them because I was just doing what I was doing.
Yeah,
felt amazing.
It's different. It was earned. You know what I mean? Like the circle opens up and then like, all right, cool. Then you're like, oh, dope. And there's certain people can't handle that and they like have to fake the funk and stuff. And it's like, just fucking chill. One of the smartest things Willie Hunter ever told me when I was at the store, he was fucked up and he comes up to me and we were just talking about young comics and he just goes, the one thing young comics need to learn the most is when they're around bigger guys, they just need to shut the fuck up and listen.
Yeah.
So a lot of it is just listening and just picking up what these other older dudes are putting down. You don't have to use everything, but it's like that's what you use to shape who you are and how you get better as a comic.
Absolutely, dude.
Yeah.
Wow, dude. Where were you before the pandemic? People could use this advice.
Fuck, dude, I was checking IDs, man. I should have quit so long ago. It was so funny, too, because it was like, man, like working there and just like being stuck in a place where it was like, you know, I love the job. It was the best place ever. But it was like, I was very much stuck in this, like, I'm the door, you know, I'm like the door guy, the phones guy. Now that I don't have that, it's kind of like, oh, I can just kind of say what the fuck I want.
Yeah.
I really have nothing holding me back. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I ain't got no job.
You were there for a while too, right? Or I was there for a while?
Yeah, like 5-6 years. Yeah. And it was getting to the point where it was like Rogan, Mo Amer, and like people, like huge fucking people were like, you need to fucking quit. You know what I mean? Like, you need to stop working here. And it wasn't like you need to stop working here, dude. It was just, they were like, you've reached the point where you don't need to do that anymore. You just need to fucking work and do the thing. Yeah. And it's funny, ever since Corona, like, I feel like I've finally been able to do that and really kick it into gear with the podcast and just all the other shit. And I'm just like, God damn, I should have quit sooner.
I mean, yeah, dude. I mean, it does also, I got to be very honest and say us talking about our thing feels a little different now. You know what I mean? I just feel like because there is a, you know, it's a different level of what we experience. I think. And so, I mean, putting it into perspective is frank. Yeah. You know, and it makes me feel like, oh yeah, I should just talk to everybody.
Yeah. Well, it's you know, I don't talk to like everybody, but if you see that guy who's like, I always try to remember. My dad's always the same way about it. He was always just like, remember that you were in that position too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So it was like, you know, be cool, like be nice. But if they're just fucking dumbasses, it was like, well, you're just gonna learn. You're eventually gonna learn.
And I trust myself to make that judgment call.
Of course,
but we also would talk about how when we were in that position, we were fucking scared to talk to anyone.
100%.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so like, I don't know why, but to me, I kind of brush people off. I'm like, dude, don't fucking talk to. I just don't. I also need to work on myself.
But I guess it's like the audacity that you have. Like, bro, I didn't have that.
Yeah.
So where are you getting it from? You know what I mean?
And I think a lot of that is it's just the culture of before the Corona, it was the culture of the LA comedy scene. Because I mean, I came up with at Melody too. Melody was fucking the best, bro. And it was like, you know, I would do those Monday open mic runs where I was doing 6 spots every Monday because there was enough places where you can get up. There was so many mics. And I think that was because comics were like, you know what? I'm going to create a place. And then, because I need to get up, I need stage time. I'm going to create a mic, blah, blah, blah. And then, help my friends, all that jazz. And I think that's cool. That stuff like that's dope.
Yeah.
But yeah, now it's like, no one wants to do that. They just want it instant. They want to be able to post it on Instagram and be like, yo, look, I did a mic, look. And agents in the industry pick up on that. You know what I mean? Like, I've heard a big manager say, if I see you on stage doing a boomerang, then I know your stand-up's dog shit.
That's fucking amazing, dude.
Yeah. And that's a manager in a huge fucking management company.
Wow. I love that.
There was a manager I talked to who got stuck going into one of those open mics, got stuck going into Bert's. And they showed up late, so they had to stay. Mind you, they weren't a comic. They were just a manager. And they got stuck there, and they had to stay the whole time. And this one comic wanted them to watch.
Sure.
Right? But they didn't realize what it was and what they were inviting. So, like, at the end of it, he was like, they sat me right in front, and I did not laugh at this person's joke one bit. And he was like, I felt so bad, but it was just not. He was like, this isn't it. This isn't conducive. And I go, yeah.
Yeah,
100%.
It's also something that he spoke on last night. We did a podcast, but we had the mics off and we were talking, and
we did a podcast with the mics off.
No, we did a podcast, and then when the mics were off, he mentioned this thing, and I'd never really heard it put this way, but it's this, and you might be able to say it better, but people planning on being somewhere. Like, everything is so calculated. Like, people are planning.
They have a plan A, B, C.
Yeah, exactly where they're standing purposefully here because they know this person's going to walk past them this way, and they're going to get in one of these, and then they can shift over here. And it's like very
see that
scary.
way. Yeah. And I've seen that. I've heard there's certain comics that I don't like who are going.
Got some more names.
I mean, there's a comic going through it right now where it's like, they lost fucking all their tour dates because they were stuck opening for one specific person.
Oh, okay.
And I remember it was like, that person would just kind of hold themselves in very high regard at the store walking around. And it was just so funny because it was like, bro, you're barely, like, you're a feature. You know what I mean? You're not in the development system here at all. Like, no one really fucks with you, but you walk around like this is yours. And it's like, it's not. Yeah. You know what I mean? And so it's just so funny to see that. And like with especially that guy, it's like his whole thing was, I remember when I first started stand-up, he was like, no. He was like, oh, you're going to try to be a door guy? You can try to do the open mics? Pfft, that's not where it is. Like, that's not, you got to try to be friends with one of these headliners, and then they'll take you on the road. That's how you do it.
Yeah.
And that is how you do it.
Right. People,
when it happens naturally, you know what I mean? Like, they see you, they blah, blah, blah. But then there's like, but the idea of like, I'm going to go to this place where I know they hang out to try to be their friend and get in their circle so I can go on the road. Dude. That's like creepy.
Yeah, bro, if you were doing that to like someone you were trying to date or something,
100%.
That'd be a felony. Dude. 100%. That'd be crazy.
It's also like, imagine if you put all that energy in just being better at stand-up and like writing.
That's exactly what we talk about all the time. It's just like, be funny, and then all that other shit will just kind of hopefully come.
Will all happen.
Yeah. It's so wild, dude. I'm so glad you said that boomerang thing too. I'm so excited because I fucking hate that.
Dude. Oh, bro, a lot of people are gonna be in my DMs, and I can't fucking wait. Because listen, I've got nothing but time, and my wife is paying all of the bills right now, so I've got nothing to lose.
And it's also this like, maybe this is one of my comedy related beef too. When you mentioned the boomerangs, it reminded me of this like. This almost like post for post thing that people have too. Like, I'm going to boomerang you while you're up. Yeah. And you're going to boomerang me. But it's this unspoken, like, we're going to all showcase each other being out here fucking grinding or whatever.
Yeah. And it's one of those, like,
grinding.
And I shit on those comics a lot, but it was like, I did the exact same. That's how Rogan saw me on my Instagram. At first, because he was like, I saw you doing all these open mics, blah blah blah, and it was like, yeah, that's important. Do the work, show it. Yeah. But like, do the work. Yeah, do the work. You got to do the work.
And I do feel like you could tell the difference. I don't know exactly how to articulate it, but I feel like you could just tell.
Yeah, because there's certain listen, if you're hanging out with someone at a club or wherever the fuck, and you're just chilling, you're just hanging out, and you're just like, oh, I've never seen that person do stand up.
Yeah.
And then you're like, oh, what? Holy shit, yo, I've never seen that person do stand up. Yeah. And the third person's like, you know what? Now that you mention it, I've never seen that fucking person do stand up.
Yeah. Which is a huge red flag.
Yeah, man. And there's a lot of those people around.
Yeah.
Where they're just like hobbyists and they have like the craziest opinions on comedy, and you're just like, you don't do this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Dude.
which was in alignment with my beef today.
Okay.
Which is kind of the amount of people that are doing stand up in one area.
Yeah.
Los Angeles area.
Right.
And the kind of like there's no checks and balances. No, there's nobody telling them not to do it.
Yeah. How crazy would it be if a lot more people just asked people politely to stop doing stand-up?
Yeah, dude.
Because, by the way, that would kill a lot of people. And it hurts.
Yeah,
That hurts.
dude.
It hurts. But you know what? You know what hurts more? Not being funny and none of your friends telling you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I went and did a theaters with a very big person, and I fucking, let's just say I really scored a C on this trip. And it was like
shit.
6 theaters.
Damn.
And I think I did great out of 2 of them finally. And it was the first time I ever did theaters. Right. And they were very brutally honest with me about my stand-up. And that shit hurt for fucking at least half the year.
Wow, dude.
But I got better, and I fucking made sure that I was not that comic again.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like there are definitely people who will try to foster that, but it's more often people who are just fucking stroking each other's egos.
Yeah, man.
Constantly.
Someone said this, no one supports bad comics more than other bad comics.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Dude, it is wild, though, how there's just so many fucking people doing it.
Yeah.
I wonder how that conversation would go, though. Like, walk me through
All right.
you having that conversation.
I had this conversation with a comic before, and I felt so bad because I was like, and I love this comic too, but I had to like tell it to him. I was like, bro, I don't think you're doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, I think you're just a scene kid. And I was like eating ice cream at the time. Like
So villainous.
I destroyed. It was a friend of mine too, and I really like. I fucking like. I feel like I really like. I emotionally just fucking just like to the point where they were like, I really respect you, and this really hurts my feelings. And I was just like, I know, right? And I'm just eating ice cream, and I was like, bro, it hurts my feelings too, dog. You know?
Wow.
But they got better at stand up, and they fucking write, and they got better. And it's one of those things like, you know what? Quincy Weekly, Trey Stewart. I came up with all those guys, and those guys would be like, "You fucking suck." Same thing with Hormos. Like people that I started comedy would tell me, it was like, you know, it's not good. John Horton, Jay Light.
Yeah.
Honest with my comedy.
Sure.
And you need that. That's what you need more than anyone being like, yo, I tagged you in this good job. I can't wait for you to, you know.
It was a hot boomerang.
Yeah, no. You need your friends to tell you you're bad at comedy. That joke fucking sucks.
Yeah, even if we don't always like, we'll sometimes have like serious conversations and be like, yo, that wasn't that good, or this could be better. You could try to do this or do that. But more often than not is we'll never lie, but we'll also like he'll say something, or he'll like say like, man, I fucked up at the show. And I'm just like, I mean, anyway, dude, like, what do you want? Like, that's me saying like,
yeah,
you
man.
fucked up, but without saying like you fucked up. I'm like,
No reinforcement to like.
I'm not, because sometimes I feel like not necessarily him, but other people are waiting for you to be like, no, dude, you did great. Like it was the room or whatever.
Yeah.
But my way of not doing that is just like not giving you anything.
Yeah.
And that's me telling you not good.
Yeah.
And it does hurt when guys, I've definitely, bro. I mean, I got it from Steve after I did my half hour at the Chatterbox, bro. I mean, we were on the train and Steve was like telling me, he was sitting there and he's like, how do you think you did?
Yeah.
Like knowing.
Bro, by the way, there's no better position than being the guy that's not getting the talk.
Yeah.
Because comics are not nice about it. We're just like, so, how do you think you did?
Let me set you up for this really quick. Let me let you dig your own fucking hole right now.
Yeah, let me watch you squirm while you rationalize that you were not on your top game.
And then, of course, because I know I'm like thinking whatever I'm thinking, he's going to dish it back 10 times harder. So I'm fucking giving myself even worse of a review, you know? And then waiting for him, I'm like hitting myself harder, waiting for him to be like, all right, dude, it wasn't that bad. But after I remember saying everything on the train, he's like, I mean, at least you get it. Whoa, dude.
You know what's hilarious too? Another time when you did a set at the Chatterbox Sunday show.
Oh, God.
Dude, this whole set.
I don't know what fucking happened, Frank. I have no idea what happened.
This fool bombed.
Yeah.
And he didn't know why. And I told him, like, dog, it's probably because you said like 12,000 times.
Was it,
dude.
Was it that?
It was, dude. And then he was like, no, I didn't, dude.
You listen to the audio?
And then he watched the videotape and he couldn't believe it, dude.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because you don't realize, it's just small bad habits you just don't realize. And I think that is the sign of a comic that's growing is that you're like, you start bombing and there's that moment where you're like, I don't understand. Then it gets to a point where you start bombing and you're like, I fully understand. I 100% get why that went that way.
I did not know, dude. And everybody was saying it too. Like everybody that was there was like, you know, all night.
He literally said it 3 times in a row, like a twitch. He was like, and I couldn't believe that he didn't know it, dude. How do you not feel that happening when you're doing it? I mean, obviously, I've done it too. Oh, dude, you want to hear a funny story?
Yeah.
I did this show in front of I did this show in front of an all-black crowd, and I heard that. And what's it called? It was a packed house.
Yeah.
And I was the first comic, but I also was basically producing the show. You right? Yeah, terrible. This is probably 3 years ago, right? Or 2 years ago. And I go up first, and I'm like, I'm fucking gonna kill it, dude. I got this. I do my set. And I'm like, wow, that went a lot worse than I thought it would go. I have really good jokes right now, right? I'm a younger comic at the time. Yeah. And we all go back to my homie's house. We're smoking a blunt, and we're just watching each other's sets, right? And you were on the show. No, you weren't.
No. I heard this story.
We were all smoking a blunt watching, and I'm on the couch sitting, right? And I went up first, so we're watching mine first. And I'm like sitting there just looking around at everyone. I'm like, I'm saying Jesus fuck a lot, dude. I just kept saying, Jesus fuck. Jesus fuck in the middle of everything. And then one line I said, fuck that dude, Jesus fuck.
So crazy.
Great way to start a show.
See, a worse comic would make that their merch, dude.
Yeah, Jesus fuck.
They put it on a shirt.
They'd be selling it outside. Yeah.
And then I asked them, I was like, guys, I'm saying Jesus fuck a lot, right? And then of course everyone like, yeah, dude, you can say that quite a bit. It was a Christian crowd, dude. What were you doing? Crazy.
Yeah. Wild, dude. Have you ever had anything like that happen where you like watch yourself and go, what the fuck was I?
Oh yeah, every time I'm on stage.
Come on, no.
There's definitely sometimes where you get that fucking heat in the back of your neck where you're like, well, this is fucking, because there's the bomb and you're like, all right, I know I'm bombing and it's just fucking like this. They just never liked me from the beginning.
Yeah. Right.
So now I'm just gonna, if you're not gonna enjoy yourself, I'm gonna enjoy myself. And then you just start saying shit and you're just having fun and then you're just like, oh, okay, this is like y'all weren't gonna like me to begin with. Then there's just, you go up there and you just fucking, you don't do well. Like you fuck up every single thing and they're just like, oh, they deserve better and they know it. Yeah.
But there's never been anything where you're like, you get off stage and you're like, I could have sworn I did great right now.
Yeah, absolutely. There's definitely a few moments like that, but it wasn't until like later in comedy then you're like, oh, now I understand why that went that way. It's like, you're just like, I don't fucking get it. And then like, it's like getting a movie you didn't get the first time. You're like, oh, now I understand the subplot.
You're like,
I'm fucking an idiot. Okay, cool.
I'm not funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's wild, dude.
Yeah. Woo, man, I'm fucking exhausted, dude.
Well, did you even get to did you fully articulate your beef?
I basically what I wanted to ask you, obviously, because he's a big gift for us. Like I said at the beginning,
multiple times.
I never thought that somebody on this podcast would talk about Joe Rogan not sarcastically. So I want to get a bit of perspective.
Hey, he paid 2 months of my rent. All right.
Dropping dollar amounts. I was wondering, is that good or bad that there's the amount of comics that are in the scene? The amount of comics waiting in line every Monday night in front of the Comedy Store.
I think it's good and it's bad.
Yeah.
It's good that comedy is healthy right now and there's people that want to do it. You know what I mean? I'm never going to be, I don't want to be that guy who's like, no, you can't do it. You know what I mean? I think everyone deserves a chance, blah, 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 all that jazz. There's definitely a lot of comics that are still doing it that should have stopped a few years ago.
Yeah.
And you know what? They got to like take a fucking like, I got to really think about it. And like, is it, because that was the thing. I remember telling someone, I was like, listen, this is so fucked up of me. Now that I think about it, I'm kind of an asshole. I was like, listen, you're going to be a great producer. Yeah. And they ended up being a great producer. Yeah. You know what I mean? And it's like, sometimes it's just not the calling, but then you hear about that all the time. Like comics were like, I used to do stand up, but now I'm just like a writer, and they fucking make tons of money.
Absolutely.
Right? You know?
Yeah.
And then it's like, it's just finding out what is your thing.
Yeah. And then you're putting yourself in a position where you're around a creative group of people that have like similar, you know what I mean? I guess passions that you do. And so you guys find roles for each other a lot of the time.
That's what someone told me was like, they're like, the most jobs you're going to get are from your friends also. You know what I mean? Like every writing job or anything I ever got was mostly because of someone that I worked with or someone that's seen me do something. It was, rarely from managers, like they'll definitely get you more shots, like, fill up packets, all that jazz. But it's like the stuff that you're going to get road work is from your friends.
Right.
yeah, I think if you're more focused on like playing the game, that's important. You got to play the game, but you also got to make sure that you're ready to fucking deliver when the opportunity happens.
Yeah, Josh,
you know what I mean? You know, you got to be able to deliver when the opportunity happens.
Dude, that was a terrible night. Yeah. No, I bombed. I did bad.
Oh, so you didn't deliver.
You know it's good when he makes that fucking leaky tire sound.
Yeah, like I've been smoking since I was 2 loud.
Yeah.
Dude, Jesus
I did
Christ.
terrible. None of the comics laughed. There was a lot of comics in there. Okay.
You know what's bad
It's
when I
almost
was
like it's happening all over again.
Josh happened to have like somewhat of the similar experience that I did with a Christian crowd in front of
yeah.
And he delivered. He has great jokes, but he was talking about Asian dudes' ball sacks and stuff. And
Yeah.
he
Nothing
opened
wrong
for
with that.
Sinbad.
Oh, no way.
But it was luck, dude. It was like I worked at the place that he was performing.
Of course, that's how it is.
And he didn't have an opener.
Yep.
My manager went back there and was like, "Hey, yo, can my employee, sorry for spitting, he does comedy, right? And I had to like prove it. I had to be like,
of course,
yo, I'll show you my Instagram. I'll show you whatever you need to see. I'll show you." And they talked to him in the back in the green room, and they're like, "Yeah, bring him back there, and he wants to meet you and he wants to talk to you."
Oh, fuck yeah.
So I'm back there and I'm like, okay. So I'm talking to him and I'm just like, "Yo, I mean, I'm a fucking huge fan of your comedy, whatever, and I'd really like to open for you." And he said to me, "Do you think you're funny?" And I don't know why the fuck I said what I said. He said, "Do you think you're funny?" And I was trying to be funny in the moment, trying to be cool, and I was like, I usually let the audience decide.
By the way, not the answer to give the Sandman.
Oh, dude, he looked at me right in the eyes, didn't laugh, and he was like, he's like, "No, you need to tell me if you're funny. Like, you need to know if you're funny or not funny. Like,
It's a yes or no
either you're
answer.
funny or you're not funny, you know?"
Yeah.
And I was
And
like,
you're like,
I'm funny. I started saying the F word for gay people. I was like, I am funny, you know? And he said, "Okay, then I'll give you a shot," right? And I mean, I kind of had grown up, as a fan of Sinbad, but I had never truly watched a lot of his comedy. I feel like it was on and I would absorb it, but I never like watched full specials that he had put out.
Of course.
So I had no idea.
Yep, you got to research the audience.
I
bro.
know, dude, that it was super clean.
Yep.
And I fucked up, dude.
Yeah.
I went up there and like, what was more embarrassing, and I'm sure you've had to do like similar things at the store where you have to get off stage and then go back to work.
Yeah.
So that's what I had to do, right? So I had to go, I said all this shit and then had to put an apron back on.
I love these stories.
Yeah. And then all my tables who were like tipping me were like, put this tip in the swear jar or something like that. I mean, they were kind of cool about it, but it was just weird.
Yeah,
dude.
it was weird.
It was weird.
I remember, man, I got to like, it was like Chappelle pops in because he does his belly room shows. And I like was so lucky that it was like, that was a good thing about working at the store is like, if you knew how to do something and you could prove yourself, people will ask for you back. So like anytime he was in the room, his manager would have me run sound and run the room because he knew he could trust me and like he could go off and do his shit and like it wasn't get fucked up. So because of that, I was able to open up those shows. So like there was like a day where like I got to do like 10 minutes in front of one of his shows when he was doing like two nights. And I fucking just had such a great set and it was like dope. And then like I fucking had to go back and work. And it was just like taking out trashes and shit. Or just like, you know what I mean? Or like, you know, fucking one of the biggest comics you love in the world, like Tim, like, "Oh, you're really, really funny, dude." And you're like, "Thanks, man." And you're like holding trash cans, the fucking juice is dripping down your shirt. And you're just like, "Oh, thanks, man. I can't wait to make it. You know, one day I'll have a car like yours too."
It's such a weird feeling, dude. But I don't know. I kind of like, I didn't even tell you the end of that story.
Oh,
dude.
go ahead.
Oh, yeah.
One of my friends had came because I texted one of my friends who's also a comic, right? And Gerardo came. And Gerardo left because he had to go to work, and my friend had a truck. Now, in this period of time, I had to bike to work all the time because my license was fucked up, right?
Yeah.
And so I was biking to work, and my friend has a truck.
Yeah.
So in my mind, I'm like, "Oh, dude, I get to open for Sinbad, and I don't have to ride my bike home, dude. This is awesome."
And he had just bought a basket for the bike. It looks so cute.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went downstairs, and someone stole it.
It was one of those fucking Christians. It was,
It was so crazy to be on this this high,
Yeah.
clocking out, just like, wow, what a story. And then my fucking bike was stolen.
dude, that's amazing.
Yeah.
I have a humbling story. It was the night before the finals for roast battle. I couldn't get my backdoor shift covered, so I had to. So I'm like writing and running all the jokes for the show, the TV thing I'm taping the next day.
Yeah.
And when you work backdoor, you have to change the marquee. So I still had to change the marquee. So I'm sitting there pulling the ladder out, changing the marquee, and across the street is a marquee with my name on it for the finals for the next day.
That's so crazy.
And I was just kind of like, someone took a picture of it, but there was just like, it was like, oh yeah, that's hysterical.
That is the irony, I guess, or what is it? I don't know. That's beautiful.
Just
bro.
the position.
Yeah.
Oh fuck! I was gonna say that.
I can never remember that
You
word.
were so excited, bro. The juxtaposition. Shit.
That's so funny though. That could be
Yeah.
a painting, dude. That's beautiful.
Yeah, it'd be a very sad painting.
I think it's endearing. I like.
okay.
Yeah, one of my last memories of seeing you in person, I went to the last Ari Shafir's storytelling show.
Oh yeah, yeah.
And I hold you in a high regard as a Mexican comedian, right?
Yeah.
And to see you like taking out the trash, I'm like, what are they doing to this guy?
Is it just because he's Mexican? Dude, that's fucked up, dude.
Well, no, like looking up to him as a
Yeah.
You wouldn't understand, Mr. Happy.
I'm half Mexican, so I don't know why we all forgot that.
That's also the crazy thing to think about too. Is
Yeah.
like in the lineage of Mexicans that have been passed at the store, the jumps are so crazy because it's like me, Jesus Trejo, Francisco Ramos, Felipe Esparza, and then it's like fucking Johnny Sanchez, and then like fucking Paul Rodriguez, and then Freddie Prinze Jr. It's like it's like decades and then years between
crazy.
fucking Mexicans and past. Yeah, it's crazy.
Crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I just remember that vividly. I'm like sitting there like, what? He's the roast battle champion, dog.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I had to stop working night. I had to stop working night shifts after that because after that happened, it was like, well, I was like, well, what? It's like what? I'm not gonna stop working. Yeah. So like, I remember like I was checking IDs and like. It got to the point where like, cause it had just happened. So like every other person was like, hey, and then I did Rogan and then everyone was like, oh, hey.
Yeah.
So like, I'd be checking IDs and like out of 10 people, 7 would recognize me. And the other 3 would be like, why the fuck is the line being held up by this guy getting pictures
is
taken?
this
Yeah.
guy?
So, but it would always be like, hey, you're that guy. Oh, you're checking IDs? Like I was like, I should probably quit.
Yeah.
So there's a night shift at the Comedy Store. So there's like a first shift, I'm assuming.
No. So night shift, when I talk night, so during the days, it's like phones. So that you just like answer phones and watch Netflix. It's like the dopest shit.
Oh.
That's what you kind of like work towards to get.
Yeah.
And then the night shifts are usually like 7 to 2 in the morning. You're either like working main room, cover booth, back door, all that jazz. So yeah.
Okay, that's crazy, dude.
Yeah. And it's just working a regular ass fucking job.
Yeah. I mean, it's different thinking
Yeah.
about it, but I'm assuming like when you're actually doing it, you're like, I could be at the Improv in Ontario doing this shit. Dude.
Yeah.
And that's why I am so bitter towards all these comics. Because I'd just be working there and people just like brush by and they're like, I'm on the belly room. And I'm like, yeah, you're on the belly room on a show booked by a guy who can't get on the Comedy Store stage unless he's booking a room in the belly room.
Yeah,
so
dude,
it doesn't make you any better.
I did a bringer show in the belly room, and the lady didn't. I wasn't even on the show, dude. I was supporting a friend, and she wouldn't let me leave.
Yeah.
She was what was her name? Cindy
Liebman. I used to fucking work and run shows for her, and that's how I would get stage time.
Dude, she would not let me leave the room. I would try to get up to go to the bathroom, and on stage she's like, "Hey, where are you going?"
Yep.
And I was like, "To the bathroom."
She had a great bit about black people and EBT and fucking.
She was wild.
Yeah.
Dude.
She, I think, racist was the term.
Oh yeah. I missed
It was like a race to either get up before her or just be like, let me host. You know what I mean? Because it's like, if you host, this whole show's going to fucking shit. Bro. Oh, man. She would say the most horrendous shit to black people and then be like, you know what I mean, right? And the black guy'd be like, no, I don't know what you mean.
It's so crazy because I feel like I don't have a vivid memory of that night, but I feel like it was a lot of that, dude.
Oh, so much of that.
Wow, dude.
Yeah.
I can't even imagine. I never even been on a show at the Comedy Store.
No. You were, and we'll never forget. You just blocked it out.
You never will be, dude.
When comedy comes back, what do you think? What do you think's going to happen to the scene?
I have a wild prediction.
What?
and this is coming from a person that bombed at the Comedy Store and might have a vendetta. No, but I don't know if like
a lot of people move back home.
Yeah, a lot of people move back home.
Not enough.
And
Still, that will never be enough.
that's my hope, is that it kind of like dries out a little bit. The horniness factor.
Okay,
People are going to be fucking, dude.
Yeah,
But
so-
people are going to be fucking.
I don't agree necessarily. Maybe I do. Maybe I don't. Maybe you just haven't explained it
You
right.
know what's
but-
crazy? Every time I talk about this, he ends up agreeing.
Look, as a guy that's married and
Right.
in the comedy scene and seeing all these single people, like I've been in drama in high school. Like
Yeah.
I was in drama class. It's so reminiscent of fucking drama
Yeah,
class.
yeah.
There's like the hot chicks, and then there's like the cool fun, like the cool open mic. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
And they're
yeah.
just like, and everyone's fucking, and then just bad shit happens.
Yeah.
People
All the
get STDs.
Yep.
People's
Oh, yeah.
feelings get hurt.
Yeah.
Fucking. Sexual assault. You're just like, yo,
forget that one.
whoa, bro.
yeah.
Holy shit, who knew fucking what's his fuck was a creepy son of a bitch. You know what I mean? And it's like,
was happening?
we
Yeah.
always should have known because he was never that funny. You know what I mean? It's
Oh, dude. And it, yeah.
Oh yeah. So basically, what I was saying is that the horniness factor, right? Where do you go to get laid? Not an open mic.
no.
Yeah.
Listen, if you're trying to fuck another comic, it's so weird.
Yeah, it's-
yeah.
it's-
What are you gonna do? Make
very
each other laugh until you come?
Yeah, and it's
Yeah.
also like
Ideally.
it's also like you fuck that person and then what? You see them at another open mic,
Yeah.
like if you don't have a relationship with them, and it's just
You're gonna see them all the time.
yeah.
And then
And then they're gonna fuck other people, and then people get upset, and then like feeling it's just weird. It's
They're
just,
gonna date someone more successful than you, and they're gonna do it better than you.
He's got experience.
I'm just kidding. But yeah, the horniness factor. We don't go to open mics to get laid.
Yeah. So
I mean, you shouldn't. Yeah.
I feel like the horniness factor might dry up the market a little bit. Now, the us dudes that are able to maybe not be so horny, I get laid, you don't, but you're just lonely. We won't really suffer that much.
No, bro, dude, I jerk off before I go hit the stage all the time. Are you
That's a
kidding me?
smart move.
I gotta get this poison out of me.
Yeah, you don't want to be too confident.
Yeah, bro.
I got to be a little insecure when I get up there.
Yeah,
A little
yeah.
shameful when I get up there.
I gotta be making sperm when I'm up there.
Oh yeah, I'm building it all back up, baby.
Guys, I'm working here. All right.
Yeah, people don't know that that's what they're doing, dude. They're just filling up my balls. I'm not gonna finish that. Sorry.
My sperms are little laughs.
Yeah, little laughs.
I hope for the scene when it reopens, I hope comics will not do the pay to play and either like open up their own scene or like, because I want that to come back. I want it to be like the Melody Lands, like Juice
Yeah.
Morgan. Yo, that
Juice was awesome,
That
bro.
shit was dope.
Yeah.
Like I don't mind paying for a soda. You know what I mean? I don't mind doing that. That was dope. Because then it creates a community, and then it's like, yo, I remember everyone to go to that Chinese place afterwards, and
Yeah.
it's like that's how you get better at comedy. It's
Yeah.
like being friends with people, creating a community, holding each other to a fucking higher standard when it comes to comedy, and then just growing.
Yeah, I remember telling Josh, I never thought I would miss Flappers Claremont, dude. But that's exactly what we would do. We would do the mic at Flappers Claremont. Granted, you had to pay to do it, but you got a drink from it. And you would go to Denny's afterwards, and everyone would hate each other and talk shit.
Yeah.
That's what we were talking about too. Just like that, we would go after to eat, and groups of people would not like each other, but it was fine.
Yeah.
And then there became this weird shift where everybody was like, "We're all in this together," you know. And it's kind of like,
It's like, bro, I hate that shit.
Yeah, exactly.
I remember there was I remember being like on a show, and this girl, this fucking girl. No, I say girl because she's like just graduated college, and like
Just in case,
she
yeah.
showed up and she goes, I was like. She walks up, hi everybody, my name's blah blah blah. We should like introduce each other and like tell something that we all about ourselves. And she went up to every person in the room and did that. And I was just like, let me guess, you're 19? She was like, how'd you know? I was like, I fucking just figured.
No,
And she was like, I think she did like shows for like 2-3 weeks. And I remember just looking at someone and going like, she's not gonna be here much longer. And they're like, what do you mean? I'm like, so she's gonna be on something. Someone's gonna pick her up. I was like, but I dare you, it's not gonna be for comedy. And then she ended up being like a lead in like a movie. But it was just kind of like, it was like comedy was never her thing.
Whoa.
Yeah.
that's weird, dude. I don't know where it started coming from, but
Managers and agents, they tell actors to do stand up, and I can fucking smell it on them.
Oh.
that's even, I feel like, worse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have no experience with that other than, I don't know. I can't even think, because it's the Comedy Store. You got, like you said, fucking, what are they called again? People, executive people coming in and checking shit out.
What are they called again?
I don't even know what they're called.
Dude, Jay Light got a writing job off of an opening set in the main room. Like you can get like when it's big high profile places like that, you'd never know who's in the room.
Yeah.
You know? You just never know.
And I get it. I shouldn't have fucking bombed, dude. I get it.
I mean, I feel like you're really still trying to get that in there. I mean, give him some slack. He feels bad about it.
I still get texts from the fucking talent coordinator about it. You remember the time you fucking told him to watch that guy? I'm just kidding.
I know.
They've never trusted him after that.
I'm just kidding. He doesn't know.
It's not because he couldn't see me. I'm so fat.
Oh, wow. But I think the state of the comedy scene, dude, thank you guys for asking me.
It was a general question. Go for it.
I think actually it's changed a lot, right? Because as is everything has been constantly changing. At first I was saying that a lot of people weren't gonna come back, but now I've kind of cycled it's kind of become like full circle, and I think people are gonna come back. But what I wonder is if people are going to look at themselves and say, like, because me and him think all the time, man, there was so much shit I was afraid to say, or so much shit that I never said that I wanted to say, or so much shit that I was like worried about saying. But it's like you're sitting having sleepless nights, not doing comedy.
Yeah.
And you're like, bro, why didn't I say the shit that I
100%.
wanted to say?
Yeah, 100%.
Like, you would think that'd be the only thing I would say.
100%. You know
so
what
now I think more people are going to do that.
Bro, I have like 30 minutes on the N-word that I cannot wait.
I'll bet it's really good.
Oh, dude, it's so good.
But it's tight.
Yeah. But you're 100% right. I think I think I was saying this before we started recording, but like my wife is a psychologist, and because I've been cooped up and I haven't been doing stand up, like the only person I talk to is her, and her threshold for like crazy shit, because she sees insane shit. So now I'm trying to make her laugh, and she's so used to it that I got to like up the ante, and it's to a point where it's bad. I don't want to go on stage and she'd be like, "Oh, is this too much? Damn it!" You know what I mean? Like
immediately.
She had asked me. She was like, because like I was talking about depression and all this stuff, and then like we were, someone had committed suicide like on like a news story or something like that, and she was like, "Would you?" She's like, "You wouldn't ever do that, would you?"
Yeah.
And I told her, like, I've really wanted a dog these past few like months, and I told her I would kill our cat first before I would kill myself.
Yeah.
And then she was like, "What?" And I was like, "I really want a dog." And she was like, "You wouldn't." So she was like, "So let me get this straight. You would leave me not only without you, but also without the only thing that would give me comfort while you're gone?" And I was like, "Yeah, because I really want a dog." And she was like, "You're a fucking monster." And I was like, "It'd be like a little noose too, just a small one."
Monty, cover your ears, Monty.
I didn't mean it.
He didn't mean it, Monty.
I'd have fucking "Don't Fuck with Cats" playing on in the background and shit. Oh, was that too much? Okay.
Yeah, it was a little too far. The little
He's a
tiny
cat guy.
The little tiny noose is what did it for me.
It's gonna be in little paw prints, so his head's in like one of the smaller toes.
That's his suicide note. It's just a bunch of paw prints. Like, I didn't know Monty was going through all that, dude. Jesus Christ.
Oh my god.
But yeah, dude,
Meow life crisis. All right, I'm done.
all right. But I do think people are going to come back, and I think they're going to feel like they have something to say now. And that could be good or bad.
Which is so funny too that it's just like there's certain there's certain comics I know who were like, it sucks because there's certain comics I know that were features that were like set, they were like on the road with like certain people, and they were like good, and then it all dried up, and then like, well, fuck, I got to move back home for the time being. That shit I understand, but like the dude who was like, "Man, I can't wait I got to move back home, save up money so I can go back and hit them bar mics." It's kind of like, well, like it's like, yeah.
I don't think their heart was ever in it, dude.
Yeah. There's certain people that are stuffing it out, and I respect them a little bit more.
And I think that's why it's important to fucking do something, dude. Like, you're doing a podcast, right?
Buddies, yeah, I'm a huge stoner, and we also wanted to do like, there's no like weed journalism, like, everyone's like, weed being legal, there's so many like companies now that are legal that are still doing like traditional market shit where it's like, lying to consumers, or just like it's not good products. So it's like me and my boy are like going through and trying to find the good companies and talk about that and all those big weed stories and shit like that.
Yeah.
And then we also just get comics extremely stoned
on the podcast.
Oh, absolutely, get them fucking blasted. Well, because I smoke, like we roll, my boy JP rolls eighths in a joint. So it's God. Like, they're like baseball bats. Dude. So we just fucking rock those. We usually do like 3 or 4 an episode. Wow. Certain people can only do 1 and then they're just done. Like
3 or 4 an episode?
Yeah, we smoke heavy. Yeah. Wow. So Mitch Burrow was on our last one, and bro, it is hilarious. That dude, I got that dude licking walls by the end of it. It's fucking crazy.
I mean, we'll relapse. Did you
guys quit weed?
Yeah. I was a big stoner, dude. I smoked weed from 17 to 27, like every day.
Yeah, no, I'm still going. I started at fucking 20, and I'm 10 years strong, baby.
Dude,
yeah, dude. For me, it was alcohol, but yeah, it was bad.
Yeah.
I just couldn't. I don't know. I couldn't do it. Dude. I was carrying around I had car whiskey. I was just keeping my car and
I mean, I can't talk too much shit. I got fucking car bongs in there and shit.
Allegedly.
That's me saying. I was about to say, well, that's different.
It's not when you're fucking driving down the freeway and there's a 3-foot bong and you're just like, maybe I shouldn't be doing this.
You using it for the gas pedal?
Yeah, I'm just like.
Oh yeah, no, but I was a huge stoner, and then a lot of psychedelics too.
Oh yeah, psychedelics I love. That's great. Yeah.
Yeah, first week of quarantine, I did DMT.
Oh fuck yeah, bro!
Yeah,
I did mushrooms like 2 weeks ago. My boy was just like, "I'm in town," and we're like, "All right, cool." And he's like, "Want to do some mushrooms?" And he gave it to me, and my wife was like staring at me, and she just goes, "Don't say I'm not a fun wife." And I was like, "Yeah!" And I did mushrooms, and it was great.
See, I'm scared.
Mushrooms?
Just to do psychedelics, bro. I don't know
just
why.
a little bit, just small bits,
I guess, yeah, dude. But I'm like truly terrified that I'll never be the same person ever
You won't.
again. But like that scares me. I don't know why.
What about what your coworker said?
Oh yeah, my coworker did put it into perspective for me. Beautiful. Doesn't matter, Mexican lady.
Yeah, okay.
doesn't matter. But yeah, she said I told her the same thing. She's like really big into psychedelics.
Yeah.
She was like, well, are you the same that you were when you were 3 years old? And I was like, no. And she's like, well, I guess we're always changing then, huh? and I was like, whoa.
And then it was like you just heard like a whoosh, and you're like, oh, where the fuck did that bullwhip come
I
from?
started doing acid immediately.
Yeah.
I mean, fuck it. I am down. I'm just scared.
I'm fucking
dude.
down.
Don't say I'm not down, dude, because I'm down.
He pulls it out of his flannel.
Oh, he puts it on the table right now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're down. You're down.
It's a fucking 5-hour podcast. Fool.
Oh, shit, dude.
Yeah. No, we're actually rounding about the end here, dude.
Oh, okay.
And I really appreciate you coming.
My
by.
pleasure. Hey, man. It's
Yeah,
good.
dude. It was fucking dope that you came and did this. How many times can I say it like
Yeah, you really fucked that up.
different ways?
There's one last thing I want to close on that I
yes.
heard that someone told me, and I was talking to a bigger comic. I'm such a piece of shit. I was talking to a bigger comic because we were talking about this features. You don't want to get stuck being a satellite comic where it's like you're just orbiting around one dude or one person. You know what I mean? It's like you got to like eventually grow. And I think it's gonna be a lot harder for features right now just because the way everything is. And I remember, some stuff happened, and then someone got in trouble, and then their feature couldn't do any more stand up anymore. And then I was talking to this comic, and I was like, man, I kind of feel bad about it that they can't because they attach their cart to one fucking hitch.
Yeah.
Eggs in one basket.
Yeah. And then the comic goes, I don't feel sorry for anyone who never tried to make it as a headliner. Any feature that doesn't try to make a jump, I do not feel bad for where they end up. And I was like, damn.
I mean,
God damn.
yeah, but dude, that's kind of fucking right. That's real shit.
That is 100% some real shit.
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, that is 100% true. Because I would beat myself up for like not getting enough feature work or always being like, and then, but it's like, no, it's like you always, I've had people always like preach to me. It's like, you got to work on that next step.
Yeah.
Got to work on the next step. So yeah, it's going to be tough now, but yeah.
Okay, yeah. And I don't know if we even got did we get your answer on exactly what you think is going to happen when all this stuff comes back? Like when comedy comes back?
No. I think it'll be a while until everything opens up the way it was. But I really hope that this is a hard reset for everybody. And I hope, everyone's writing. And I really do want the best for everybody. And I really do hope that LA scene comes back stronger and there's like good open mics run by people who really care about everybody in the scene and really want to like cultivate something. Like there's another open mic I'd heard about that I fucking absolutely hated because the guy was like the guy was like you do your set and then you can pay me $20 and then I'll give you your set. And I'm like, so you record everybody's set? And it was like, yeah. And then it was like, and then also if you want to give us another $20, we'll tag your setup. And I'm like, none of you are good enough to be tagging up anybody's sets. Like I've seen all of your sets. You shouldn't be fucking tagging anybody up.
Yeah, I've also been charged for like security camera footage of me doing stand-up before. You know what I mean? They're like, oh, we'll film your set.
Really?
Like, well, yeah, at the Claremont Flappers.
Yeah.
It was like a long time ago when it was still open. They had they would tape people's sets and sell it to you.
Yeah.
And I don't think I ever bought it, but I saw someone else's who bought theirs, and then they put mine up online without even asking me about it or anything. But point is, the quality was so ass.
Yeah.
I'm like, I think they wanted you to spend like what, $40 or something like that on it.
Yeah, I never tried to buy it.
I don't know. That shit is fucking wild to me,
Yeah.
dude. It was the worst footage I've ever seen in my life. And stand up too at the time. Let's be honest. Let's be real.
Yeah.
You were bad.
I mean, Fat Josh. I went through a really fat phase.
He was a fat dude, dude.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yeah. Fat girl
yeah.
summer.
Fat girl. On that note, dude. Okay. But yeah, dude, thank you for coming out.
My pleasure.
Thank you for coming
It was a
on
lot of
here. And what's your podcast is called?
Buddies. Buddies. It's on Anchor FM. We're doing a live episode, or we're doing video episodes on YouTube, and then we're also on iTunes.
And then Instagram and all that stuff is
Frank Castillo.
Frank Castillo. What a fucking great episode, dude.
Fuck yeah, dude.
One more time for
Frank Castillo.
Yeah. Thank you guys as always for watching and listening. Leave a fucking comment, dude. Please.
We only asked for one thing.
I mean, you guys have been leaving comments, but
not enough.
Not enough. And then don't take one comment and then make every word its own separate comment. That doesn't count.
Yeah, that doesn't.
One person who does that.
Yeah, Francisco.
Yeah.
All our homies comment. Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for watching and thank you for listening. And until next time.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Beef with the boys, sipping on some McCoys, man. Who want all this smoke? We making all this noise. I'm talking beef with the boys, sipping on some McCoys, man. Who want all this smoke? We making all this noise. I am the best host of this fucking podcast.
I still pass out when I come. Podcast still number one. Nick Lenny still real fun. I fucking love that man.
Yeah, we back for season 4. Y'all thought we couldn't beef anymore. Shouts out to the GOAT, Nick Laney. Always been a thing, and he's still the baby.